Hi grade 6s. Today what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little long division with decimals. So we've already started working on this with blocks, and now we're going to actually do kind of pen and paper or pencil and paper and work on some long division with numbers. So we're going to go into the world of decimals, but before we start, let's just take a moment and review how to actually long divide. So here I've got a question for you. So we're dividing 528 by 3. So just a reminder, you've set it up like this, so the thing doing the dividing goes out in front. We've got the division symbol here, and then 528 underneath the division symbol. So we always start with our first number. So first number here is the 5. 5 is bigger than 3, so we can divide it. So let's actually do the division. If you've got 5 cookies and you got 3 friends, how many does each friend get? And you can see that each friend gets 1. Because if each friend gets 1, you've used 3. If each friend gets 2, you've actually used 6. And you don't have 6, you only have 5. So therefore, 1 times 3 is 3. So you had 5 cookies, you gave away 3, you're left with 2. Now we bring down the next number. We now have 22 cookies. We still have our 3 friends. So therefore, how many does each friend get? Well, 7 times 3 is 21. So each friend gets 7 cookies. 7 times 3 is 21. And 22 minus 21 is, you can see I started off with 22 cookies. I used 21 cookies, and I've got 1 left over. Now we bring down our last place value. We're at 18. 18 cookies, you got 3 friends. How many does each friend get? And you can see, 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. Hey, that works out perfectly. So 6 times 3 is 18. We had 18 cookies. We used 18. There's none left. So the answer to this would be 528. If you divide it by 3, you have 176. So that's the first question. That's doing some long division, just a regular long division you would have done in grade 5. So what we want to do now is actually try a question in which we are doing long division, except we're doing it with decimals. So let's start with the question here. We'll do a 3 divided by, let's go 7, decimal 5, let's go 9. So 7 and 59 hundredths divided by 3. So let's set this up. And really the process is exactly the same as you did before. The only difference is this decimal sign is going to appear here. So in the answer, we just move it straight up and it's going to appear there. Now the first thing we do is 7. Can you divide 7 by 3? Yeah. 7 is bigger than 3, so you can divide it into 3 groups, or you can divide 7 up into 3 groups, and you can see each friend would get 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So I had 7 cookies, I only used 6, I've got 1 left over. Bring down the 5. We now have 15. We're dividing 15 up into 3 groups. How much are we going to have? And you can see 5 times 3 is 15, so 5 times 3 is 15. We're left with 0. You can see I basically ignored the decimal point, except it goes up there. Bring down the 9. So I've got 9. I'm dividing it up into 3 groups. You can see each person gets 3. Because 3 times 3, we had 9, we used 9, we have none left over. So I have just worked out a question using long division that is a decimal. So I hope that helps. You can start working a few questions. Have a great one.